What up, world? 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 It's your man. I am DJ Double Dose, man, coming at you with another episode of Double Dose of Reality Sports, man. And we are back up in the building, man. Hey, man, listen, y'all already see the caption, man. Bama dominates. That's right. I said it, man. I know it is hard for you to believe. I know it's hard for you to understand. Me, of all people, letting you know that Alabama dominates, man. But listen, look. We got to get into this, man, because there's a lot of times where we hear from a lot of people and they like to tell me this and they like to tell me that and they like to tell me that my views are skewed or my views are screwed or chopped and screwed or whichever way you want to view the conversation. But we cannot lead this conversation without understanding one and one thing only. LSU fans, please bring y'all ass to the front of the congregation because I would like to know you were at home. You had one SEC loss. Theoretically, you had everything at your disposal. Meaning all you had to do was win said game. I mean, last week. Then you are absolutely correct, John. We tried to tell them Kelly wasn't a big game coach with the laughter. I fully understand your point because 2 weeks ago before the bye, they had Texas A&M. It was a de facto game where everybody was like, hey, LSU, Texas A&M, neither of them have a loss in the SEC. Whomever wins said game, so to speak, controlled their own destiny. That's what was pitched 2 weeks ago. And what did LSU do? Where my LSU fans at? I mean, I just want to know where my LSU fans at because I'm trying to figure out. I was told that Garrett Nussmeier was a beast. I was told that Brian Kelly at home was different. These are things that I was told. Texas A&M decided, hey, Wegman, you ain't it. So they went with another quarterback. I think his name was Marcel Reese. And what did he do? He proceeded to scramble and run and dominate LSU on the ground game. Let's pivot back to early in the season when they faced South Carolina, another scrambling quarterback. What did he proceed to do? Run on that LSU defense. Now, South Carolina did not come out victorious. They did not. They did not come out victorious. But the quarterback dominated with the ground game. And then now look at what we saw tonight. I made a post before the game started. I had my brother sitting right here with me. And I said, and I quote, let me go to Facebook because I said, and I quote, just make sure I read my lines verbatim that I stated. This will have to be a heavy run game for Milroe. LSU, can you stop it? LSU, can you stop it? We last saw y'all struggle with a running QB versus A&M. This is what I said 3 hours ago. Pin it, clip it. It's on my wall. Those are the things that I stated. and what proceeded to happen as we continue to watch said ball game. LSU could not do what? Stop Jalen Milroe as hey, what up, Patty? What's going on with you, man? I know you down there and by you country, man. Talk to me. Tell me what's the vibe like up in the stadium right now. I know you probably getting ready to dip and head back to Bourbon, but all I'm saying is this. LSU, where are my LSU people at? Because, I heard from a lot of y'all prior to this game. It was a lot of talk. It was a lot of sad conversations. But at the end of the day, your defense is ass. Your defense is ass. And I tried to tell y'all that. I had a bunch of LSU fans try to call me out and tell me, hey, Ben, hey, double dose of reality sports. Hey, man, why are you saying this about LSU? Man, I'm saying it because I don't believe in you. Was I wrong? Tell me if I was incorrect. Tell me if I was incorrect. What up, Byron? What up, Chelsea, man? What's going on, man? I see y'all in the chat. Just tell me if I was incorrect. Because when the season started, LSU was not one of the teams that I figured was a favorite to win the conference. We get into said season, what do? They take an L to USC to start the thing off. Whatever. They beat up on a couple of mediocre teams. They go low-key. They're under the radar. And then, boom, here comes the Texas A&M game. And what did they do? In true Brian Kelly and LSU fashion, what do? Blow it. Boom. They get a bye. So they get a reprieve, as some would say. They get a reprieve. LSU gets a reprieve, as some would say. And what do? I'm just trying to figure it out. I need somebody to tell me what did they do. Because all I know is they got a reprieve and they still wind it up blowing. And now we have a situation where they are what? What are they? What do you believe in the LSU Tigers? I'll sit back and I'll wait. They couldn't score a touchdown in meaningful time. So we're going to end that right there, disrespecting LSU, because I know there's a lot of LSU fans that will eventually watch this and they will give their soliloquy, they'll give their comments, they'll say whatever it is that they need to say to try to defend themselves. However, the fact still remains. That's another L. But let's go ahead while we're on the broadcast and while I got you guys in here in the building, let's go ahead and give Alabama their credit. Because at the end of the day, when you look at Alabama, they're one of those teams where if we get to a playoff situation, who wants to deal with Alabama in a neutral field? Who wants to see that? Who wants to deal with that? When Alabama looks the way that they look tonight, what up, Nuke? What's going on with you, man? Look, hey, man, look. Your Gators, your Gators got a bright future. Y'all held on to Billy. Hey, Nuke, I'm with you, man. Listen, that was the right move. I know we're going to pivot, but we're going to bounce all around. But, Nuke, I'm with you, man. That was the right move to hold on to Billy because at the end of the day, the team loves him. And you got Lagway. He going to be all right. Unlike some other teams, which we will not discuss. We're going to keep on moving. But what up, Nuke? But Nuke is a big-time Florida fan, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you look at Alabama and you look at their trajectory, you have to think about it from the lines of this. A lot of Alabama fans tried to say early on the defense didn't look the way that they wanted it to look. And my pushback to them was, who has a great defense in college football? A lot of them said, well, being, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da-da. I said, but hold up. I said, can you score 30 plus on everybody you face? And it was like, well, damn, yeah, we probably can. And I said, well, there you go. Hold on 1 second. Bring you up. You know what? You know what, Nuke? You said you don't think he can. You said you don't think he can recruit with the big boys, but what is Lagway? He was what, the #1 quarterback in his class. And when you look at the team with Eugene Wilson, Lagway, and a lot of everybody else, they spoke up for him though. So although you may feel like he can't recruit with the big boys, he's doing something. Think about how many teams out there do not have a quarterback for their future that they are excited about. That locker room is excited about what Lagway can bring to Florida. Hell, so much to the point where they have basically given Billy 1 more year. And with this schedule that Florida has right now, hey man, that's not a bad thing, man. So I think Billy is on to something. I do. I think. What up, Chris, man? Appreciate you for chiming in, man. Appreciate you for coming in, man. Coming through on the chat, man. Listen, but we got to continue to speak on Alabama because I think I got to get this point out. A lot of people wondered about Alabama's defense. But if you look at the last 2 games, now listen, y'all know I don't give 2 shits about, I'm not a Bama fan. Y'all already know this. The last 2 games, what did they do against Missouri? What did they do when they walked down into Baton Rouge? So I ask you, Bama fans, this. You had questions and you worried about your defense. However, your defense has proven they can get critical stops when they need to. Your defense has proven that they can do enough to let the offense do what they need to do. You were absolutely correct, Nuke. Hey, man, listen, they tighten up. They tighten up 100%. And I think that a lot of times that when we look at the way that college football is today, what is a great defense? It's not a lot of people out there pitching shutouts right now. What is a great defense? The main thing is, can your defense hold certain people to certain stops and do what they need to do? So hats off to Alabama because a lot of people counted Alabama out. A lot of people said, hey, this is an elimination game for Alabama. I was not one of those people. I mean, I told my brother when he was sitting right here on the couch, I was watching the game. I told him, I said, hey, man, I think y'all gonna win this game. He was like, man, you just talking that Bama shit. I said, look, y'all know I don't like Alabama. However, I do love college football. And when I watch college football, I understand matchups and I understand situations. And this particular situation with LSU coming off of what they came off of, hey, man, Nuss went out there and did the same thing that Carson Beck did. Oops. They showed y'all the stat. They showed y'all the stat. He got the second most interceptions to who? Carson Beck. You can tell me, you can point me out to a good quarterback all you want. But if he turning the ball over, what is that doing for me? What is that doing for me? And there was nothing more egregious than when LSU marched the ball down the field, chewed up almost 8 minutes off the clock. They are inside the 10. And what did Nussmeier do? Man, where's Travis at? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where is, there's some LSU. I'm just trying to figure out, hey, Travis, where you at, man? When the rubber met the road, you ate almost 7 or 8 minutes off the clock. What happened when you got into that situation? You threw yet another interception. And what did Alabama do? They proceeded to what? That's all I'm saying, man. I think that when you break it all down and you look at it in its totality, nobody considered, and I know it, I don't care. You can give me the slander. I don't care. Nobody consider LSU as a SEC contender other than LSU fans. Nobody. They lost to USC and everybody wrote their ass off. But they continue to win under the radar. And then they ended up beating Lane, who we know struggles in big games. They beat him, and then they became right in the forefront. But once the light got bright, hey, can I brighten my light up? I think I can. Oh. Once the light got bright, what the fuck did they do? Dim, and dim. They proceeded to dim the lights, and we all know what happened next. So LSU, listen to me. I understand you guys want to be considered in the SEC, but nobody considered you guys. I get it. You'll get mad. You'll anger. You'll punch air. You'll get upset. But when the SEC rankings came out in the preseason, who were the four people that they considered? Everybody thought Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, Ole Miss because of what they did in the portal, and Alabama. Nobody, and I can go back and put it if you would like when we do another show this week, nobody had LSU in their top 5 for the SEC. So hats off to Alabama. Hats off. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you went into Death Valley at night and you pulled off the victory. Brian Kelly, I think he was like 13-1 or 13-2 or some shit like that in Baton Rouge at night, and you pulled out the victory. You know, so Alabama dominates. Now, while I got y'all here, we cannot leave this. We cannot leave this live tonight and not talk about, hey, what happened to Miami? What did Nuke. What did we say? Time and time again. Nuke, you with me right now because you already know where I'm going with this. You cannot continue to be behind every single week and think that Cam Ward is going to bail you out. Now, I know I may lose some people right now, but it's okay. Because my whole thing is, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell a lot of people. You know, I went on a whole soliloquy last week, gave them a whole PSA about the things they ain't never done. The ACC basically handed them the ACC on a platter. And what did they proceed to do? Went out there. They fumbled the shit against Duke, but they pulled it out. And they went out there and they lost against Georgia Tech. So, Miami fans, we'll deal with y'all on a regular podcast, on a regular recorded podcast. I got a nice little message for y'all. I've been drinking tonight, so I won't do that to y'all tonight. But we're going to lead it. We're going to lead this podcast on this. We're going to lead this show on this. You know, hey, what up, Raymond? What's going on, man? Come talk to me, Raymond. Hey, there go one of my Miami fans. Raymond, come holler at me, man, because y'all been living on the edge for the last few weeks. And all I want to know is the defensive coordinator is ass. Look, man, he been on thin ice for the last few weeks, bro. He been on thin ice for the last few weeks. And listen, Raymond, you know what? When I talk about Miami fans, you are not one-on-one. You and Gary, y'all not the two that I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, y'all been true blue. Your defensive coordinator, he is ass. However, it starts with who? The head coach. And we knew Mario was going to get into a situation or a game time situation on a couple occasions where his coaching acumen was going to come into play. And then it came into play today against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech played that same slow, I don't really want to pay. You know what? Let's bring it up. So people don't think we just talking out the side of our ass. Let's bring it up. We're going to bring up the stats. We're going to pull it up. Box score. Let's bring it up. As a total. So, Raymond, this goes to your point. You guys threw 16 passes for the game. Oh, I'm sorry. Georgia Tech threw 16 passes for the game. They were 11 for 16. 2 touchdowns. 0 interceptions. But they proceeded to run the ball as a team 48 times for 271 yards. I don't care who you are. If you allow a team to run the ball for 271 yards, brother, you're going to lose said game. And what's crazy is they did the same foolishness to FSU. So Miami, in theory, you are not out of it because if you win, I'm just going to say this for Miami. If you win the ACC, you will be in the playoff and you will get a bye. But if you somehow do not win the ACC, that Georgia Tech loss is a bad loss and you will not be in the playoff. And I get it. That's a tough pill to swallow. And I like to troll y'all, I like to get on y'all, but that is a tough pill to swallow. So I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to leave it at that. We'll see where they rank y'all in the rankings on Tuesday, and we'll be back live on Tuesday. I appreciate everybody who came through tonight. Alabama fans, hey, man, celebrate. Do y'all thing, man. I thought we was going to have more LSU fans coming through tonight. I should have known better. I should have known better. But Alabama fans, celebrate tonight, man. Do y'all thing, man. And listen, continue to watch the show. Continue to follow me. Tuesday night, we're going to be right back there, man. We're going to be right back in it Tuesday, man. And thank y'all. Thank each and every one of y'all for watching, man. This is Mr. Saturday Night, a.k.a. Double Dose of Reality Sports, a.k.a. I am DJ Double Dose, man. Thank y'all once again. Make sure you follow The Post Network on the Roku device. And, man, listen. And we out, man. College football don't never sleep. And I got y'all, man. We're going to keep on rocking with this thing, man. And we out.